In this review we're going to get mixed up and we're going to get pumped up. And that's because this is a Putzmeister pump mounted on a Mercedes-Benz Arox concrete mixer. The model comes in a generic Conrad branded box, and inside that is the foam-backed cardboard that protects the model. Out it comes, and with it is a bag of parts that have to be fitted. Well, you can tell this is a Conrad model just by the mirrors and aerials and the way they have to be peeled off before you can fit them. But hey ho, sometimes it's good to give your fingers some exercise before you start playing with the model. So after we've separated the bits, we can get on and start fitting them. So to begin with, we'll fit a small mirror that goes over the passenger side door. And it's a nice tight fit so it isn't going to fall off and get trampled into the carpet, never to be seen again. The same applies to the door mirrors because they are also a very tight fit. After the mirrors there's a roof aerial to fit, and a pair of tweezers makes it easier to get in. Looking underneath, the chassis has some detail, but it is simplified, and there's no drive shaft running to the rear axles. The Mercedes-Benz Arox shows off its distinctive front grille, but there's no number plate because this is the generic model rather than one from a fleet. The placing boom is all made of metal, including the pipes, and there are some nicely positioned graphics that make up the Putzmeister elephant. The hydraulic rams have an excellent colour match, and the various connection rivets are not too large. The mixer drum is metal with some simple graphics, and at the back the funnel is plastic and the handrails are metal and rather large. The hopper is metal and the chute and lid are plastic, and the lights at the back are painted. With the Putzmeister Pumi on its back, we see the wheels spin independently and the steering axles are also independent, which could give you some strange poses. Out on the road, the Arox chassis rolls nice and smoothly, and that's partly because of the model's high metal content, which gives it plenty of weight. Let's get the fingers working again, this time to set the steering, and it can be set to a decent angle so it corners well. So we've arrived on site and we want to pump our bit of concrete, so the first thing to do is to set out the outriggers. These are made of tough plastic, and to set the pads down you just unscrew them, and they are simple mechanisms with visible screw threads. So we've got some stability so we can raise the boom, whilst at the same time getting that naughty little hose to hang down properly. The plus point is that the hydraulics on the model are nice and stiff, so the boom will hold any pose that you want to set. It is fully articulated so you can open up all of the sections, and you can rotate the boom and it's stable in all directions. So one option is to pull the boom straight out, and as it reaches its limit the hose at the end tries to pop out the screen so we can pump concrete straight into your eye. So maybe in future you should wear some protective goggles when watching a Cranes etc. video. At the back the cover on the hopper slides backwards, and the chute can be angled from side to side. Of course it is a mixer drum so it needs to rotate to mix, and the drum on the model does rotate without being free rolling. If the drum doesn't hold enough concrete you can always back up another truck and discharge into the hopper. And if you want to reach high you can, so let's measure how high you can go. And it's about 15 inches or 38 centimetres. The Putzmeister Pumi is an interesting model and Conrad has produced a nice functional version of it. Although the detail level is not the highest, it certainly is very robust and strong. And it's an interesting model which would look good in a diorama. Overall this is a nice model which is rated as good.